So, last week I ended on a pretty sad note for my week, which made this week especially difficult for me. And a few reasons why is because, one, it's never the right time, at least, from our perspective, it's never the right time for someone to pass away. And so, especially when it's an accident and it's not expected, it's tough. And for another reason, it's just like when I thought about joining the Peace Corps and thought about like what would happen over the next 2 years, it never entered my mind that someone in my community would die. I definitely didn't think it would happen so soon either, if I had been thinking about that. I hate to say it, I was very selfish in thinking about my family members and what I would do if something happened to someone in my family. Because my grandmothers are not in good health, and there are other members of my family that I could foresee passing away during my service, and so I was thinking about those things and not about my community. And so in some ways I was feeling very selfish, but I was also thinking, how could I have ever known? And in my, when thinking about my service, I thought about like what could affect me, and I didn't realize that this would be a thing and that it would affect me so much. I think partly because I had just hung out with him and laughed and joked, and he had made a thing about I need to marry a Panamanian so I can stay longer, and whatnot, and just like that whole day, and everything, and then a few days later for him to be gone is just very strange. So it was especially the beginning half of my week was very much so a struggle for me. Because we were still working on the school and still doing all the preparations and doing all this stuff, and I was just like, didn't know how to feel, didn't know what to say, do, and everything. I don't really know much more about what happened. I just know it was an accident, and whatnot. And actually Wednesday morning I went to his funeral, and honestly it's the most, I've gone to a couple of church services and church related things, to Catholic church, and this is the most people I've ever seen in this church. Well, for one, all the seats were taken. People were standing in the back, on the sides, in the yard. Like, it was packed full of people. It was also the most cars I've ever seen in my community. Like, people have cars, some people, and people visit, and because a lot of people have family who live, especially in like Panama, the city, and so yeah. So we have cars that come through our community, obviously, but I've never seen so many in one day. Lots of people came from outside the community, as well as that same day was the day we had the celebration at the school, so there's a lot of Maduka cars, and so it was like the most I'd ever seen, as far as cars go in my community, but also the most like I'd seen like my community members concentrated in one place, because we've got meetings, but it's usually like a smaller group of people and whatnot, like even meetings that were not related to my work, and so it was just one of those like, wow, this is a lot of people, and whatnot, but yeah, I was really upset, and so afterwards I called my mom, because no matter where you are in the world, mom makes everything better, and whatnot. And actually I ended up taking kind of a self-care day on Thursday and went to Panome and like had ice cream, did some things for me, and just kind of got myself out of the community because I was definitely feeling pretty down, and like I needed that day just to be afuera and do something different. Because Monday and Tuesday we prepped for, finish up the last of the stuff at the school, and prepped for the celebration at the school. It was originally supposed to be in the morning, but it got moved to the afternoon because of Narcissio's funeral. So yeah, and also this week, finally met my host dad. He used to live in America, found out he's actually going to be living here for another year while he sorts out some immigration paperwork and getting his visa renewed and doing stuff like that. I originally thought he was just coming for a visit because that's how my host mom told me about it. She's like, oh yeah, my husband's gonna come visit for a week, and then I'm gonna go visit him in the States and my children. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I was talking to him the other night, and he was telling me he was gonna help me with all these projects, and I was like, you're about to go back to the US, like, how are you gonna help me? And he's like, oh no, I'm staying for another year. I'm like, oh, that makes better sense, because I was like, how can he help me if he's in another country? Like, that just, yeah. Yeah, so met him. Well, she's very bold and outspoken. He's very much more quiet, reserved person, which, I mean, to be with her, he has to be, and whatnot. Yeah, only had a couple of conversations with him. They've been traveling around, oh my gosh, we've had so many people in the house because their children have come to visit, and other grandchildren, just so many people in the house, and whatnot, wanting to see him and hang out. And it was also Mother's Day, so yeah, met him, only had a couple conversations, but it'll be interesting to see. He says he wants to help with some of my projects and working on community involvement, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so this always, my week never goes like I'm told it's going to go, because on Wednesday I told Jessica that I wasn't coming. She was like, are you gonna come visit tomorrow? I was like, no, and whatnot. And originally I was just planning to wash clothes and hang out at my house, but I decided to go to Peninome. But I was like, what time are we leaving on Friday for the beach? And she's like, oh, we're not going anymore. And I'm like, dang it, I really wanted to go. But yeah, so we didn't go to the beach. I was kind of sad about that because I was looking forward to beach time. But oh well. So instead with my Friday, I because it was Mother's Day, I went and visited a couple people and told them about my meeting this week, because this week is finally my PACA meeting, or my 3-month visit with my boss, so I can get that over with. It's this Wednesday, and so I was letting people know date, time, where, and everything. And yeah, I did that Friday and Saturday, just visiting people. Also, my door got installed, and they're working on some more upgrades for my house, so I'm excited because it's all finished, or almost finished. Because not this week, because I'm gonna be too busy this week, but next week I'm gonna be really working on moving my stuff and getting everything settled. Because 11 days and I get to move, so I'm excited. Yeah, so my week did not go how I thought it was going to, which I thought some of the plans might change just simply because of everything that happened with Narcissio, but I didn't really know what would happen. I definitely didn't think we were canceling the beach trip, so I'm kind of sad about that. But yeah, so I, sorry, trying to adjust things. Yeah, so Friday and Saturday, let people know about my meeting. Today I had my English classes, got to teach all of them. I just don't feel like I was on top of my game today. I feel like it could have been better. I felt a little scattered, and yeah, so hopefully next time we have classes it's going to be better, because I'm going to give classes on the 31st, because the next 2 weeks I'm going to be out of the community, because this weekend is holiday party, and the following weekend I'm going to visit my host family / go visit some people for Christmas. It's going to be fun. Yeah, so, ¿qué más? Oh yeah, so I taught the lessons. We had más o menos the same amount of people as last weekend, just like different people, because like some of the people that came last weekend didn't, like no one from my host family came this weekend, because like last weekend, Olmedo, Emiles, y my host mom, they came, but this week they didn't, but there were different people, and so, yeah. And my second class actually had people, and some of the people from my first class stayed for my second class, so, I don't know, but some of them are probably only gonna come to one class next time we have it, which would be good, because it's kind of weird. Maybe that was what's throwing me off, I don't know, but I was definitely not feeling like totally there, and I feel like it was pretty scattered, and I'm pretty sure that my students were like, what? Especially some people coming the first time, they're like, what is this? So hopefully next time it will be better. Yeah, so this week is gonna be really busy, because, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to meet my cat, so surprise, surprise, if you know me, I'm getting a cat, and so I'm going to meet him, because another volunteer, she found him in her community and has been taking care of him. I wanted to take him in a while ago, but my host family wouldn't let me, so I've been waiting until I have my own space. So I'm going to visit him tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. And then Tuesday is final prep for my meeting. Wednesday all day I'll be like, I've got my community meeting, but there's also some more that goes into a 3-month visit, like gotta have one-on-one time, she has to inspect my house, also she needs to visit with one of my counterparts, so yeah, so doing that, lo siento, got that, and then Thursday I'm going to Pen and Make, because I need to do some stuff before I go to holiday party on Friday, and I'll be there till Sunday, and I come back. So it's gonna be a really busy week, and my first extended stay outside the community, and whatnot, because usually I leave and come back on the same day, minus that one time I stayed overnight, but I still came back the next day. So I think it's gonna be busy this week, but it's gonna be good. Especially, I'm excited to go see several of my friends who live in different provinces. It's gonna be great. I'm also looking forward to this Christmas dinner we're gonna be having. I've seen the menu, and the menu has my mouth watering, so I'm sure the food will too. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. I just have to survive Wednesday. Like I said, Tuesday is going to be my day to finish everything for that and get everything settled, and finish final preps. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun but crazy busy week. So I got a lot to do. But yeah, that was my week. Not super glamorous, but this is my life. Oh my gosh, so the kids, we've been doing puzzles, and tonight I was helping on a different puzzle, not one of my puzzles, and the 5-year-old, his name's Elliot, he kept telling me about how I was doing the puzzle wrong, even though I was like putting the correct pieces together. He's like, no, you can't do that yet, you have to do this first, and then that, and then that, and I'm just like, okay, I didn't realize, but when I try to tell you, hey, we need to start with the outside, and then I work our way inside, you're like, no, I'm gonna do what I want, you know, so, it's funny. I don't know if he was giving me a taste of my own medicine or if he was just like, that's how he is. I don't know, but it's funny. So yeah, I don't really have anything exciting stories this week. Yeah, that was my week. Hopefully your weeks were not as sad, and maybe, you know, more fun filled than mine. So, okay, random tangent for a second. So in my home state, Alabama, they had snow this past week, and I've been showing photos to my community members. And they're like, we've never seen snow. And I'm like, of course you've never seen snow. I know you've never seen snow. It's hot as all get out here. And like on the day that my mom was, you know, they have snow, I was sitting somewhere and I was in shorts and a t-shirt and I was sweating. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not in danger of any snow happening. But it's nice to see the photos from afar because really I prefer this weather. But yeah, I'm not really sure officially when summer's going to begin, because some days it'll be like 3 days or 4 days in a row without rain. It'll be like, oh, summer's here, and then it'll rain, and I'm like, I don't think it is. So I don't know when summer officially is going to start, but it's getting close. Summer is coming. It's like that Game of Thrones, winter is coming, but summer is coming. But for real. I'm going to end this video. But yeah, hope you have a fabulous week, enjoying your Christmas festivities. I'm finally going to partake in some this week, and I'm looking forward to it. And really, more than anything, I'm ready to just have my 3-month visit over with, because I hate public speaking, and of course I have to public speak. And I really hate it in Spanish, because, yeah. So yeah, I will talk to y'all next Sunday with more exciting stories, and I will be back from my visit to another part of the country that I have yet to go to also, which I'm told is colder. I don't know how cold is cold, but I've been told to bring pants and jacket and stuff like that, so yeah, should be fun. Maybe feel a little Christmassy. Hope you'll have a fabulous week, and I will talk to you next week. Hasta luego.